Right, map 2. Both teams are running the same comps again, which is kind of cool. Different comps. They're running the same comp. It's the first time we've seen all gamers play on this map. In fact, it's the first time that we've seen all gamers play on Lotus, Bind, or Split if we get there. So 3 maps that we've never seen this team play on. So anti-strat for BLG. Easy, I suppose, because there's nothing to go off. But also BLG have moved away from the Euro. They moved away from the Cypher. And overall, I'm curious to see K-Knight's Gecko. I think it's mostly been Bianc that's been playing it? Question mark? I don't know, actually.
高能骑士可以成功抓下来，因为这波走传送器没有抓到人，要被迫面临对面进到点内的一个窘境。但是推律师，哎呦喂，哎呀，一滴血。
Bun's done some good damage. Skydog has 2 people clearing lamps behind it. So far, this is looking like a pretty nice retake. Delby's on Viper. I didn't even realize, but he's just in.
正面已经在拆包了，海豹有出手吗？好像没有角度可以去。
Monk actually on Sky too.
另外一边。 技能的拖延，感觉已经有点拖不住了。燃烧弹已经
Why is he holding on as much as possible? Retake.
确实没有办法，因为
I mean, this is going to maybe break a lot of pick'ems. Had a lot of upsets like across VCT this week, but I don't know about this one. Like we could see all gamers 11-3 up and still lose, you know? Especially in a series like this. Did you see that they killed the game again? In which way? It's hard to keep up with how Overwatch is doing right now. But you mean all of the profanity stuff?
而且我觉得这分确实 Delby 的这个回防枪法有点不讲道理了。
标配穿板3杀的一个标配。
对，它是一个提前枪的点射，很精准找到对面的位置。
Ranked Q takes 15 minutes now.
小恐龙是买了一把飞将。
I wonder what... I don't know what changes they made. I know that they made some changes to queues, like grouping, but that would require me to like open some Overwatch related. They separated solo queue from 3 to 5 stacks with no 4 stacks. And, well, that's the biggest argument against fucking Lofar that keeps wanting to see solo queue games. Get like 5% progression, so they've turned it into like a solo queue game. They separated it up into different ranks for roles, right? Why not just separate a rank for like solo, duo, and then stacking?
感觉捡，哎，但有 70抓到了正义的机会，有枪可捡，有
You
枪
know,
可捡。
70's found an opening. He's found 2. Spitfires is here, but he only has a Marshall, and there's a Viper wall in between him. Okay, that's Bianc. That's the spike too. No, it isn't. Wingman has the spike. Wingman's dead. That's the spike. Very hard position to clear when you don't have anybody actually flanking all the way around. But there's no intention to, actually. They're going to go for the TP and go B. They're leaving one here. It is just Bear with a classic. Okay, well played from Monk. Didn't overcommit, but it has bought a little bit of time. Because Bunt in a position to not really go and chase this. There's 2 satchels, and that's pretty much it for BLG. Great flash. The fact that Bunt can actually, like, go off of it too. Actually, surprisingly quick and clean. The future DC Overwatch like him, yeah, the Marvel one, you mean? NetEase have re-entered a deal with Blizzard though, but I don't know if that's just for World of Warcraft. I mean, I'll definitely be interested to try the Marvel game. But I wouldn't say that my hopes are high.
我觉得主要还是因为丢丢这个技能，它在这种区域是有一个信息获取的一个短板吧，比较受限。
那这样的话，来到第3分 ，AG 的枪械会比较差啊，上一分掉枪掉的比较多。
Right, so you got this going all the way across.
枪械是参差不齐。
Haven't seen this wall in a while from all gamers.
刚才应该是把飞将扔了，换了把更值钱的枪。
Wonder if it's more of an eco wall. Actually, you have the Brimstone gun for the TP. I don't know if that was intentional.
Gank 这个英雄在这张图的强势点也是因为这张图的能量球会比较好控一些。
尤其对进攻方。
对的。
Just don't Gecko flash near there. K-Knight, don't do it.
在 一个半场里面有多次的使用机会。
想要再对 A 小来做事，但这一次雕币是拿了把正义。
And we'll have to deal with all of that again.
两边现在奎哲都没什么燃料，但是上来雕币就已经是残血了。
4 players here and then 1 with YZ clearing showers alone. It's all going to be hit from Spitfires. The flash as well with the sky. I'm surprised that he even gets 1. Sorry, Delby gets 2 before they're eventually taken out. How? YZ loved the crouch peeking on a corner like that.
这个有点难受，说实话。茂哥是一把雄鹿，
被架死了，就要看一下。
And Bunt has been here the whole time. Like, is he just like in a position? Did he do it by accident? It was like, I want to stay here just in case it's not safe. But also because he's here, he can still smoke for his team, so he's fine. I just don't know if it was intentional or not. I don't think so.
防守的枪线覆盖来看，不太有机会啊。
主要也没闪了，像燃烧榴弹这种技能，这一分就不交了，估计。 提前给脚步，对面也提前枪，换雄鹿跳喷，哎，帮他补了一个。
All right.
这一分是下掉对面3人，对于 AG 来
3 kills against the plan from all games is still good.
不过对于进攻来说，这波可能最亏的是近点，第一波被小火龙。这里其实小火龙是一个全白的状态，但是他是坚持活了在原地，可能因为双打的味道。
2 kills that they get were from
然后让侧身位残留的抓到了2个机会。
对。 那这样的话，接下来 AG 就会迎来自己的关键分。当然，由于 BLG 上一分掉枪也不少，所以这一分自己的经济也是不太齐。
Yeah, if Delby can be this good across various roles, it's definitely worth having, especially as an import player.
来说，小火龙
Because let's say arguably that Spitfires just doesn't live up to potential as a duelist. There's a lot of like young duelists that you can pick up in China that under a system with a great like IGL and coach effectively, and then also like Monk and Bunt being from attacking soul as a support thing. Like you put a young duelist in this position and they would absolutely annihilate people. I fell asleep. What have I missed? We were 6 rounds in. It was a very close series between both of them on Lotus. But all game was cinched at the end. Had some really good post plants. And really good retakes in the end.
把这个 B 大给放出来，这个点数一旦被获取到的话，必须的防守会非常的危险。
Bad a bit of a stinker though. I put that for Billy Billy actually.
这样只能选择往后退了。
但有独木，有独木，这波真的好近吗？进攻方先丢雷，
没闪了吗？
没闪。
Oh man, Fresh hits that corner, and it also hits YZ.
虽然被捆了，但问题不大。
Oh, what a disaster! Somehow the YZ's out of everybody, one of the players that's still alive.
快，但王浩哲警觉性也很强。
对 ，B 小已经看到了，但防守方家里面惊喜翻能先出。 手恩给的是向上位，他整图是里面。
Is that allowed? I don't know if.
5发子弹没有能够打得过。
哇，这里
please tell me it's.
因为是近乎180度的转身，真的太难操作了。
I can't remember if it's allowed or not to snake bite on top of something and have it for the player vulnerable below.
对，主要还是第一时间吊臂的绕后来的有点快。
Gorilla。
两人的站位他是完全清楚了。
对。
虽然说回防过来的队友是被出烟架死了，但自己的枪线这个支架还是比较占优的。
I need somebody with the rule book on hand because I can't check.
咬到队友可能也是一个伏笔，导致正面第一时间缺了一条枪线，
有个人动不了，
有被换到比较多的人数。
They still haven't fixed that. I don't know.
队伍主打一手惨胜，每一分拿的都非常的费劲。
而 BLG 这里还是
强起，
有点想。
Yeah, if somebody could check that for me, that'd be grand because I haven't.
AG 能不能算得到？ 然后以及这4个轻甲遇到蟒侠又是个什么结果？
对，主要是这把蟒侠，但还好 BLG 开局是没有对浴室有太多的想法，更多是围绕着 B 区来。
I don't know if that's intended design or not. What are we checking? Whether it's allowed to vulnerable the top of tube with a snake bite. And have it affect people below it. Like people aren't stood in the snake bite, they're in the tube, and then the snake bite hits the top of the tube because it decays them still.
追猎之点直接给，不让你进，讽刺没有办法清侧身呐，这波进攻已经折了一半了。
EMEA did it last week. Okay, never mind.
便是留了一颗烟，
而小火龙已经是从浴室
I mean, that to me doesn't feel intentional.
直架小到过点
Like, if you want to nerf Viper, change that.
没有选择去转 A。
但这个还好，其实撞 B 的话也是4个人防守啊。
对，
小火龙一个人做了排除法，不停的下防守烟。现在 BLG 被架在火上烤，进也不是，不进
It
也
can
不
be
是。
intentional. I don't know if it should be though.
是烟 elbow 还是烟防守防复活点
Like if somebody mollies on top of you in there, like as a brim,
对，
would that still hit you?
最后的丢效率很烟了 elbow， 但直接近点就打 Monk 接一个 Monk 接2个。
Doesn't matter too much though. Like all games are still just absolutely demolishing in these like just playing 4 on site. Everybody's rotated. Everybody knows what they're doing.
还有可2次冲冷的 DLB 的独木，这就是最后的倚仗。
最后 B 大必然只能硬来，但是迎接他的是枪林弹雨 ，BLG 可能要早早叫出自己的第一个。
Does other molly work on cheap? I don't know. That's what I mean.
稍微有点难以进点啊，自己这个双先锋的阵容没有拿到前期想要的一些优势。
对，而且对面第一波技能抵抗的太多了，反闪导致进攻方第一波进不来。
而且我觉得防守方的 AG 他们的这个站位来看，其实是有点偏。
Yeah, these executes aren't quite working for like BLG, but they're on an eco this round.
而且每次都是惊险。
And an early timeout.
然后 A 点就更惨了，小火龙是一个人把 A 点直接看空。就我可以源源不断的给队友去汇报信息，对面没来，4个人都在你们那边。
对，也可能是。
I guess it's quite nice because you have somebody like Bale with a lot of experience that can like come up with the ideas and lead the team comp-wise, but you're still giving Jackson a lot of agency over the team because Jackson used to be the head coach, then they were made the assistant coach under XBZ. XBC wasn't very good, I don't think. Like BLG didn't really improve that much. And then they brought in Bale, who's Korean, I think.
这一场的暂停能不能发挥上张地图一样的效果？
对。
我觉得现在可能要解决的一个点是在近点一波流的过程当中，对手的一些反清技能，自己好像没有办法太多的去接。
Enjoy your mock exam, Woo.
在前期更多的去做一些技能上的交换了。
是。
Hopefully it goes well. And I guess if it doesn't, that's still also good. Does the Gecko one work?
永远好像都是 AG 多
Should
留
do.
一发闪，然后这把闪会非常的致命，尤其是你想一波流的时候。
对，而且好像在这个先锋位盖克的使用上面，刚刚小 K
I'm trying to think of like in something like CS.
对，我觉得就还是
If you're in something and they molly on top of it. But I can't think of any examples off the top of my head. Have you been inside
训练时间是有限的
an area that like that?
确实也是一个存钱分。加上飞将的一个组合，但蟒侠其实上一分是没有落过枪的，所以对于 BLG 来说是确实很神秘。开局小 K 直接倒了。
Okay, no, it's gone down instantly. Sorry, it wasn't an eco actually from BLG.
On
an eco now.
是，但从防守方的经济来看，其实已经相当养得不错了。
GC, you're not allowed to jump to avoid molly damage.
哎，被穿到，直接走了。
I guess that makes sense because they want it so when you're jumping, you don't. Yeah, I know what you mean, but yeah, if you're jumping, you should not be high enough to be out of range of the molly.
看了一下，这应该是小 K 的有记录的生涯里面的第一把盖克。
那确实。
就我觉得，其实最近很多选手都会面临这种局面。
Like it should be made in a way that if you're jumping, you're still like in the range of taking that molly damage.
图池的轮换加上版本的一个交替吧。
你去学新的东西。
没错，你。
The only way that that wouldn't work is, you know, say like you've got this little corner right by the gate.
找到这里，有三分题又一次游到了灯区，但好像拿到灯区
There's a little like like barrel that you can step on top of. Like if you can step on stuff like that, you might be able to like at least take reduced damage. It's perfect as well because you can obviously just pick it up again if you can reclear lamps. BLG still haven't planted the spike. 但这个包想在 A 区安几乎不可能，但注意 B 区传的交面是有人在等的，小兵养不够了。但是你是飞将，我是蟒侠，你是101。Alright. Spitfires. No time to plant really, but Bear still needs to go down if they can help it. Getting a couple more kills would be nice, build up that confidence, but it's not happening.
还是那个问题啊，进点太难了。但毕竟上一分是一个存钱分嘛，也不会真正的去暴露自己。
I will say that making games is hard though.
而下一分 ，AG 的这个蟒侠应该还是保存了下来的，所以可能在这个护甲上面要考虑一下，尽量起满甲了。他这个就是。
But it is, I guess, like disappointing to see some bugs and stuff being in the game for a long period before they're eventually fixed.
哦，这里是让王浩哲拿。
But I don't know like the process of somebody that's in that position, right? To fix things like that.
直接不要蟒侠了。
蟒侠抛弃掉了，换了一把明狙出来，因为他很清楚这分一定是BLG交完暂停之后想要去
YZ attack off is the solo duelist. Spitfires also has the operator themselves, so Bear needs to be careful. Nobody's in a position to really help either. Now YZ's going to go up with his operator and clear and fight that. You've got the Sky moving over here too. The shot's missed. You've given away that you have DOP. There's free play still over towards B. BLG have to reset and go A. Skydog's gonna check if there's anybody else there. Sees nothing. Interesting position that Sword9's in. Only has the wingman. Wingman only has the Dizzy. Can't really use it again with how deep it's been thrown in. BLG have actually found an opportunity to go in on this. Yeah, why did Sword9 not have any utility? Where were they like pressured? Were they fighting short? Alright. YZ's fun too. Looking like a disaster round for BLG, but they've done well to turn this around. And money-wise, all gamers probably needing to save if they want to keep this up. Money's still pretty good to buy though, so Monk could go in and try and do some more damage, but I don't know how worthwhile that would be. Yeah, I was more focused on what was happening here, but I didn't see what was going on with Sword9 on the Gecko.
一早王浩哲其实就在 B 大漏过明居的枪，这个时候你是防守方脑子里面是要绷紧这根弦的，对面有明居，我不能随便乱动。
而且这波其实今年也蛮干的，好像甚至BLG连烟都没有。对
，I think I'd also like prefer in this instance to have the IGL on the Sky and then put Monk on something like a Gecko.
关键分，这依然算是暂停之后的一个有效拿分，虽然不是立刻拿分哦。
I don't know if role-wise people would agree with that necessarily, but I kind of would prefer to have somebody a little bit more like mechanically fighting people, right? Like on a Gecko. But I guess if the IGL's on Gecko, you've got the spike always, and you're always in the right position. And more likely, somebody's always going to be with you.
可能要考虑通过安装爆能器来获取这个点数了，但问题现在是怎么把皮弹送进去，把爆能器装上来。
So the ops are still in hand. Spitfire saved his. Actually playing within hookah.
不走过来的话是肯定会被炸的。
Skydog, great. You got some of the support there from the Viper as well. I imagine to snakebite it if they tried to come in. I mean, the alarm bot gets so much information. The fact that it comes back all the way here. Orbital strike. Showstopper used as well on the attack from YZ. Bunt's got 2. Don't know what happened to Spitfires there. Crash is used. Oh, and it hits Yosemite! Come on, guys! Where are you aiming these fucking things? Friendly fire with the ultimate. Oh, what's going on with this round? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, my bad. Sorry. Oh my god.
对，然后被灯区的 Yosemite 抓到了一个侧身，玩焰火其实他们这分回防最大的一个屏障，但很可惜。
Good trade. Actually worked out really nicely for Bunt.
他们当时想的是要去杀上对手的人数，没有想到去
Still win, boss. Those kind of rounds, I guess.
好像是有炸到一个，踩雷飞剑是有拿到一个击杀，但我觉得对这两个技能组合下来只拿到一个是不够的。
不要狙了。
It's always exciting to watch, but especially with this, you've got BLG that's made like an agent change, so they're playing a new composition. All gamers have never shown this map officially this year. So it is. These series are always funny because it's the first time that they've played officially. Like scrims might be great, but then you end up making mistakes like that. They're just a little bit silly.
前顶出来的位置都是给了相应的空投烟幕。
B 大烟，这个位置王浩哲有机会背上。
2 smokes used already from all gamers.
王浩哲现在有点难受，这个 B 大师不给看。
对，
Are they really keen on fighting for the orb? Not really.
就是赌，哎呦，他赌到了，对面还
They're
真没
just so scared of this attack up of YZ.
那现在 Monk 手里面
Which I don't. Fair enough. Skydog used. They found him. They stunned him. Anything else to follow up on? No. Sod9's got all of their full utility. They picked up the orb. They're gonna flash. The sky. It didn't seem that Sod9 was ready to go for that. Oh, the snake bite as well, right onto where Bunt is positioned. Really nicely played this from BLG. Ever since their time, it's the same again. All games start off really well. There's a BLG timeout, and then suddenly BLG, their frontal lobe is like well cooked. It's not raw at all. And they remember how they want to play. Yeah, see, even YZ agrees with me. But yep. Frontal lobe is online.
能够形成反馈很有限。好了，那这样的话，连续的追分 ，BLG 的暂停依然非常的有效，把分数会追到一个4比5。现在 AG 可能自己要考虑一下暂停要不要叫了。而且因为进攻方有明居的存在，导致 AG 在防守方想要控点的时候，技能的一个交换上来说是比较亏的。这 B 大猛。
Let's go BLG.
因为你不交烟。
I was a bit worried seeing the attack come out on a duelist because it usually means that a duelist is like, I don't trust that my teammates can trade me if I like satchel in onto a site, so I'm going to just oh. The snake bite and stuff there was good. And I actually really liked that all gamers called a timeout this quickly. They didn't let it go on for too long.
OK， 那自己也叫了，对面的暂停效果拔群，看看 Ego 这边的暂停怎么说。
Oh yeah, for all no, it's Tyloo, isn't it? The Shrine Sunshine's on. For all gamers, it's Ego, right?
不能说宏观上面有太大的劣势，但是在细节的这种小配合上面
I don't know who GEG is.
当然，我也觉得对于 AG
Is that the assistant coach?
好像每张图都不够强，就每张图都要。
Oh, that's Ego. Okay.
这样会比较均摊一点。是的，我觉得这也是一个新队伍在面临这种演练比较久的队伍之后会。
Ego's assistant, right?
会感觉你什么图都比对面不熟
练。Was he on attacking solo as well?
现在最大的问题对于 AG 来说是这把进攻明居对于他们的威胁有点太大了。解决不了。从上一分的这个技能投入明显可以感觉到。
That's the manager. Oh, okay.
明居做正面的对位，而防守方的明居好像前面2分拿出来效果也收效甚微吧。对。
Let me double check actually.
现在要不要直接持价？你有没有那个信心
I was like, what? Who is all gamers assistant coach?
像刚才一样打这种技能的拖延。但问题好像这一分打完之后没有起明居的经济了，因为前面带来的
GEG is the manager. Maybe the assistant coach.
这点太皮。这一分是一个混起存钱的分。
Is he just there with them, or whether they have an assistant coach that's just not been announced yet?
所以 BLG 也要当心。
Like I'm checking BLR, and BLR, sometimes is asking me stuff.
小到我们看到过的双先锋带上绝对位的一个
Good legs, great.
是在高箱处的直
How do I turn that off? I mean, it should be off.
然后上面再勾近点再藏。但这样的话，如果打 B。
The attack up is still going. The money is run out for all gamers. It's a buy next, but they're still like, taking a risk with a buy next and having that much money.
也会漏 timing 因为你的战云迟早会下来。燃料不够。哦，不过交替的好像有独木给到了。
Just the normal Fnatic Viper wall here. Actually moving from all gamers over towards A, which is new. Don't know whether this is the adjustment from the timeout or whether this is just because they're on an eco. I'd imagine the latter. Sky Flash not quite hitting. Delby is on this site alone. Yeah, there's the Gecko Molly. So I guess the Viper Snake Bite hitting the top is perfectly fine. Yeah, Soul9 pushes up, gets taken out. Last 2 players alive, clearing showers. It's been planted on B. Going to be maybe saving this gun, but I think what's probably more better is to just die. Like die to the bomb going off. And definitely needs to buy, otherwise he's not taking much money into the next round. The RX beat Gen G. Wow. What's the second series of the day?
下一分了 ，AG 的大分
，the FM bleed， oh and I'm missing that，
哦，标 B 放到了 B 点，那下一分我觉得可能虽然不会堵点，但是有可能标 B 还是在 B 大会中那个固定的上云，对，有可能会要把人派出去稍微
All-Star game，
不要给太快的贴到近点来，尤其是架到传送机门口这个位置，没错。
May 1v9. I mean, it's going to be a fun, entertaining series for all of the wrong reasons, I would imagine. Take pause again. Usually when this is, it is. You want to watch Bleed get 13-0? That's sick. I mean, I know the DFM's done better by beating teams like T1, but, and I'd still expect the DFM would beat Bleed. I'm not saying that they wouldn't, but I'm saying that like DFM haven't looked completely in control, and also Bleed haven't looked that terrible. And like hearing people like Ye saying that, one, that Ye doesn't want to play Chamber, like they want to be on the duelist, and two, Swell from Nova was actually saying on Twitter that because Pacific scrims China a lot, Nova scrim Bleed a lot. And Swell was saying that Ye always seems to perform really well in scrims on duelist. So, might just be a problem in officials more than anything. Yeah, it's like interesting. Oh, I just saw Shadow's tweet about the Molly stuff as well, so whilst we're waiting on this. Viewing. There we go. I want to show this. I don't know if this is recent. Yeah, it was literally like 7 minutes ago. I did not intend on opening the door with my flash, nor did I know that you could do that during the time admin told us the situation. If you could hear the comms, we told Ruby to go short and open it with a molly, and I would flash inside when it opened. I think that's fair. I believe that they didn't intend on opening the door with the flash. I believe that he didn't know that you could do that because it's not like he's been playing a lot of Gecko. Should he have known that? Yeah, absolutely. Like, players should be aware of the exploits in the game. I don't, like, imagine if that had more, like, an impact where you get punished a lot more than just losing the timeout. You know, when you look at, like, the Vivo Keith stuff with the camera, I didn't know isn't a legitimate answer. Ooh, nice shots, Bun. They are actually just pushing in one at a time. This is a full buy. The BLG full buy. And they're walking out of the smoke, one after the other. You can open the door with so much utility. Why is Dizzy seen as the plot problem? Because you're opening the Dizzy from the outside. You flash the TP door from the outside and it opens a door. That's not allowed. It's not when you throw it for the TP and it goes through and it opens a door. It's this way. Because Shadow threw a flash here, it opened the door, it showed where Boaster was, and Boaster died. They tried to do it where they throw a molly in to open the door. Yeah, it's on my Twitter, like, the round. And, like, the, like, exploit as well. I found a clip on Reddit. There's just no time, but I mean, BLG maybe they're not in a position. Like, all gamers are not really in a position to lose everybody like that. There's one more round and you just have a buy. Only just. Has the bug been there since Gecko came out? I don't know. I don't think Riot knows either. But I would assume so. Yeah, Billy are in a tough position with this map. It's like you said, they lost to Tyloo, they lost to Trace. Trace, fair enough, losing to them twice. One of them was in overtime. At the end of a very long day of series. But yeah, losing 13-3 to Tyloo is a little bit concerning. Really is a question here of like, who's the pressure on right now? Is it on Billy losing a series to all gamers like this? Or is it on all gamers where they're, you know, close to winning at the end of speed running rounds to try and clear it out? which is still one of the most common things that I see from teams even at a tier 1 level, which is kind of crazy. Because Trace were on about it yesterday. I saw the press conference. Crash is good, pulling it back so you can use it again. Nice, you've like pressured people out of here, or at least you'd think, because Monk is insane. He has more head and brain, and he's actually tried to push and fight this. Wanting to maybe like Trailblazer here, but because it's so close to the corner, he was scared that he was just going to get pushed. There's the second trace. The second thrash. The one on defense is used and it hits somebody. The one on attack is used for the second time and gets information. Oh my god, all of this utility clearing is nice though from BLG. Plan goes down for the wingman, can't be stopped. Wisey's pretty low, Bunt is pretty low. Yank gets another one because Bunt was like 10 HP. Trying to spray on the box as much as possible, but all it's doing is buying time. And this is round 12, so it's still worth all gamers going for it. 1 versus 3 for Monk isn't too impossible, but he doesn't have any other utility. Just as I say that, Bianc pulls out the heal. Wisey's pretty much back to not full HP, but enough for Monk to actually win this. Is there a molly on the way? He tries to body block it. Oh, he can't quite get it. Wolverhampton Wanderers wouldn't make that mistake. Yeah, there's just no time. He still gets the kill anyway, but nice try. Maybe a little bit closer than it should have been again, but both these teams looking a little bit sloppy because it's getting exciting, it's getting hype. And this attack up actually is working so well for Wisey. It's pretty much the turning point. Feels like it should be easier to bump the mollies away. That'd be nice. I mean, that'd be a really cool interaction, really, but like lean into that silliness a bit more. Oily Mudmen game? I wouldn't, not quite. I don't know how to like describe it really. Because it's definitely rough, but it feels like a sort of elimination game almost. That both teams are a little bit panicked. They're a little bit out of their comfort zones. Like there is a circle of suck for tech, AG, DRG, and rules. It's a weird pot of teams because they all have. The only issue that is just they're missing like consistency. What is happening in EMEA, like with just teams beating each other, is happening in this little like subculture of China between those 4 teams. I think you could even add Tyloo in, like those 5. Maybe even JDG and Billy Willy to an extent. So any other teams that were missing that would be part of that? Nova maybe. Like Nova seems a little bit better than them. Who do you have for JDG versus DRG? I have JDG, but when we get around to it, we'll go over it then. Yeah, Tech's in the list. Tech is there.
好，我们看到下半场 AG 的进攻半场，两边再次是握手言和。下半场的首枪局 AG。
Can't believe the JDG lost to Nova. Yeah, I can't believe it was that bad. Yeah, what happened with What's happened with Val Analysis? Has he left? Is that what they said? No man, they'll be getting 2 nice kills, but it's traded out 3v3. Bear's done a molly into garden, which I quite like, buys his team a bit of time. And they're going to flank all the way around. Skydog clearing Trailblazer, pushing Bunt into a really aggressive position in elbow. Which, considering you have 2 people flanking around like this, it's going to be really hard for BLG to clear. And look how much respect the Bear's giving. He's all the way back in his own spawn. Oh, and Soul9 was checking this. Now he's seen 2. So now the call for AG, they flash CT. I don't think they hit the Brim. There's the Dizzy. Wingman tries to come in. I think to just go for the defuse. They clear Bear. Love this like spawn flipping stuff from all gamers. They end up winning in the end. 2. Did they win? the first pistol as
去深入
well.
到 L 管是一个非常聪明的决定，而且拿到了一个很关键的回防击杀。不过我觉得开局这个前顶确实也是让 BLG 抓到了。
We'll only get confirmation later.
还得是鬼妹，如果
A JDG coach has left, but we don't know which. I don't know if you get rid of Valor Analysis though.
确实，我觉得想要去抓 BLG 还是有点难的。他的一个
Hasn't been going well, so maybe.
阅读真的是非常的聪明。
Yeah, all game is winning both pistols. So they've only lost like 1 pistol out of 8 in the last 2 series.
有空投烟幕的掩护，还是尽量。
How do we know? Somebody said in chat, but I don't know for certain. Sorry.
所以盖克来说，肯定是要尽量去发挥自己终极技能，需求点数比较少。
Just as BLG do a good job to bring themselves back in the map, all gamers win another pistol and take the lead.
这个超杀的机会肯定是要更大的，因为毕竟多了一个安装棒子器的点数。
要硬来吗？
What's the plan? Nade's thrown in. The snake bite and the flash is a little bit behind it. And AG's utility was just way too staggered there that it didn't work out at all. There's also a really good flash, I think, from K-Knight. Might not matter though. There's just better weapons on this attack side. They can go through the TP and just go A. Still have a wingman to plant. And actually, if all gamers end up winning this round, Bunt gets a kill more or 2, he has the orbital strike. But some gun upgrades actually picked up from BLG.
两人都踩在了浴室，手上技能不多了，只剩一个丢丢。
OK， 2发中一
My ace.
有可能会拿出一个 ace。
Not quite.
小边35滴血。
刚好是。
And then Sword9 could just play this late.
这样对于辽犬来说是非常舒服的。不知道 AG 这边有没有做好加减法？
有点难操作。
Oh, one of the casters said it. Okay.
小边来说，现在找人是很大的问题。
第2个人没出枪，这是最要命的。
手上也没技能了。
放脚步了，那拿完。
All right. Well, all gamers have an orbital strike as well for this bonus, so they're in a good spot. But they lose a lot of players, so they might do you bonus at this point, or do you like try to full buy with an orbital strike and just try to win the round? Yeah, this flash was everything. And just look, you got 2 players dropping down. You've got the rays just going off screen, just going. Rah!
BLG 的反清给到了太多的威胁，还差一点点，就这个
Team Rocket blasting off again.
继续执着打 B 真的可能会给机会，转其实是比较明智的选择，但这一分 AG 的枪就很烂了啊，存钱。
还是补了一些枪出来的 ，DLB 因为上分没有起啊，就补了一把狂徒。
他甚至还留了2000块。
Tap Marshall. Yeah, why is he not playing with it?
差点都晃到准心上面去了。
Yeah, it's still kind of a buy next, so it's a bonus. Didn't expect Delby to be on that angle, which, yeah, I don't blame him. EDG and Anders would be terrifying. Yeah, it depends on like the language barrier, but I don't think it'd be too bad. I think all of EDG, at least the players, like speak fairly good English.
那王浩就倒地之后，多叼了一把枪给到对手。
Monk 这波一下看到2个人拿到了非常宝贵的信，他知道双先锋都在 B， 直接贴，但浴室有舌吻，踩雷飞剑敢有3走。
As he flashes in, doesn't hit anybody. Yosemite's somewhat nearby. It's a good position for all gamers to be in, but you only have a small window to work with. As soon as these smokes go, the advantage that you have playing close quarters just drops dramatically. But the fact that they get the plant down just as this utility is finished with, like fast retake from BLG, trying to go through lamps is brave. And then 1 more smoke left from Bunt. Orbital strike, Molly still available. Might be able to hold on to this a bit more if Sword9's just going to keep just rinsing people like this. Yeah, 2 versus 4. All gamers' attack looks good.
而且拿这分还有点难，强行过来找人，双架，两边都是双架，确实是想拿分是不可能了。
BLG forced to save, and they've kept the orbital strike too.
这个燃烧榴弹其实给的稍微有些失误的。
过来肉眼看一下 Bunt。
Bunt's seen it though, at least. I like they just ran up to it and be like, I missed. My lineup's wrong. Let me go check.
让他下一分怎么去调整一下，感觉小火龙也在说。
大家其实技能失误对于选手来说也不是什么特别难见到的事情。
因为其实我觉得技能。
Was Sword9 on the same team as Attacking Soul? Like the players. He wasn't on Attacking Soul, but.
技能偏移你原本想要在的角度。
Yeah.
啊，但对于 BLG 来说，现在压力是。
I mean, it's a bit awkward. Like Sword9, the last thing he did was be the assistant coach of EDG. Sure. but
我觉得这分打完，下分
it's
应该是
like he was a player mostly. I guess like SLK is somewhat similar. Like if SLK
主要是
was a player, then went to Fnatic as an assistant coach, and then if he came back as a player.
一把欢迎，队友是风刺和手枪，必打直接开混，不让你拿点。
好像有听到过去的脚步吗？不太确定。
He was on Kone with 90 Yosemite. Ah, interesting. I know he was on Kone, but I if that's how you say it. But I didn't know.
持续的给必打的空投烟幕。
I knew Yosemite was, but I didn't know Kane
这样的
was.
话也会给到对手一个信心，你在
just until now, I put the two and two together.
二楼可能会比较空虚。
关键是没烟了，接下来
K1, okay.
蒙克就在这里等你什么时候前顶出来。
这一波其实防守方 BLG 的预设是抓浴室，他们想借助必打传送器抓浴室外面的人，但雕 B 的位置已经站到洞穴了。
Hi, AG just doing better than I expected today. Yeah, me and you, both.
AG 是尽量的去消耗对面的耐心。
哎，雕 B 有没有可能躲王浩哲脸上？王浩哲正面，哎，找到一个机会。雕
Alright, why is he just pushed long alone?
有三分的一发也准到，在两个远距离的对象
All gamers,
失败了，
please.
但是远距离对象有一个
Please.
点不到枪，
Don't
是的
do
那
this.
现在
必打直接开
You're
溜。
gonna use the fresh.
直接是想要
I mean, it's full on
看
chasing.
到脚步了，知道这个附近还有人，但是脚是找不到的。
And Monk's gonna go back to fight for this, which is something I like.
小尬。
K9 doesn't really have the weaponry to go and actually retrieve this, and he even knows that the gecko's on the left-hand side.
门口有没有伤害技能可以过来清一下？
进攻方只有然后流弹跟开
The
爆。
flash is really good. Monk just seems to avoid it. Like, I don't think it was deep enough.
近点，近点，直接跳进去，皮
10 seconds. Wingman can't be stopped.
而且对面直接来找，避免
And all gamers just jumping on deck to make sure that they can cover
捡
them.
到了不错的枪械，但是对面有天机光束，有无敌超杀，这份赢的方式还是非常多的。
确实，手上的伤害类技能是非常充足的。
但是棒子是带着大的点里面直接交了。
Skydog to clear in hookah.
要看绕后，
Trailblazers
也被
used.
清理掉了。
And Yosemite's just found a little bit of a gap to play in.
但是也是命不久矣。
I guess it works out though, because even though the Optical Strike doesn't get the kill, it basically puts him in a pocket whilst you deal with the other two players.
但很可惜，这两把枪掉的有点太远了。
对，就远距离击杀。
5 versus 3. Yeah, to be fair, Felix, it was an eco.
捡不到枪。
而且最大的转折点可能在于小 K 的这个无敌超杀的使用，我觉得稍微有点太。
But I think
觉得又想去。
I think Billy overstretched themselves with the gecko thrash. It was a really good like punish, I suppose, from Monk.
英雄熟练度这个东西真的很微妙，就你真的是需要花很长时间去在这个英雄上去积累这个时长。
Well, you can just tell how happy they are.
是突破了2位数的大
Billy forced to use their second time out relatively early.
因为上张地图在下半场之所以能有。
How's the game been? Really good. I think Billy's been on the back foot quite a lot. Bale's actually talking.
他们赛前的数据也有展示到，他们目前手枪分的一个获胜概率是排在全联盟的第2名。
Yeah, BLG definitely been pushed more than I think they were expecting to be pushed.
对手都是强队的情况下，能够拿到。
And so they're starting to feel the nerves a bit more again.
手枪分的布置是有很多。
And then all gamers, they're playing 3 maps this series that we've never seen them play. Bale learned Chinese? I didn't think so. But he was talking then.
他不管是一波流的进攻，还是说在接你的一波流上面都是相当不错的。
他们开局的预设做的还是比较完。
Honestly, not too sure.
出现一些变动之后，临场的应变没有 BLG 做的那么好。
来了，这一分对于 BLG 来说，暂停之后的究极大分，如果输，甚至有可能会直接6比12。
押宝押到了明居的身上，而王浩哲也是想要做一手前顶，身后是没有保镖的。
他还有晚宴。
小刀有4个人。
Operator is pushing down short, which is risky to do on a normal time, but just after a timeout, all gamers just punishes. Good trade from Bear. Everybody else has been stalled out by this one way, apart from Monk, who is just crazy. The hair is in full control of the body now, and it's taken control. It's like some eldritch beast.
哇，这波想要抓浴室没有成功，而且点内的明居也没有固守住自己的地位。
Wasn't there a cartoon? I can't remember what cartoon it was, where a guy gets a wig and the wig becomes like sentient and starts controlling them. Feels like it'd be something out of Dexter's Lab, but I can't remember.
哇，芒克甚至还回头了，这是什么？
Let's see with Monk's hair. Me too. It's glorious.
啊，现在只剩小 K 位置已经是暴露了，
打一个，
不够，
皮蛋已经倒了。现在进攻方大可以拖 ，AG 可以。
Molly's good. K9 still has so much time to buy. 1. Monk here is winnable. The time is super low. You don't have the wingman anymore. And Delby is the one that's alive too. Nice shot, actually, to finish it.
没有任何的办法，那这一分因为自己要强行去拼，导致明居也没有办法回收过来。
Monk 真的太吓人了。
哇，他这一波是有看到，
他甚至故意给了进步，让你以为就是我可能过去了，是或者怎么样。
K9 doesn't look comfortable on Gecko. Yeah, I feel like swapping them around would be good. The problem is that if you have a map like this for BLG that they're just looking super uncomfortable on, teams are just going to keep playing them here over and over and over again. Because we have a JDG versus BLG coming up too soon, right? So like, if you're JDG, you just play bind here. Yeah, I would have thought that putting Bianca on Gecko would have been better. I wouldn't put K9 on Cypher. I wouldn't do solo initiated Gecko. That seems like it'd be so hard to like pull off. Is this the meta comp on bind in China? This is the meta comp everywhere. This is the thing that people should be playing a lot more, I think. I think there's some comps that have been played at the moment aren't necessarily as good as people make them out to be, but I think this is one that I actually really like. I think KO on this map is not great.
所谓那位置也是爆了，他没有捡无敌超杀。
两人在断，
残血在跟换弹抓到，比尔补到了一个不错的枪，晚焰火来了。
I'd like to see teams use like Sky Sova. Good retake. Alright, there's still life in BLG. Yeah, all gamers look really good. It's hard to know like how much they've improved and when, because like I said, we never saw these maps at kickoff. We never saw their bind at like stage 1 at all up until now. But this is just a very yeah, very like odd team. Fade instead of Sky. I think you want Sky. Sky on this map is too good. Even like Nerve Sky is still probably the best initiated player on this map. But I think that like, yeah, playing like Fade's okay. I just don't really like the range too much. But you have the Sky that kind of covers that a bit more. But like, yeah, I kind of like Sova. Especially when you're playing up against like Sova teams. There's some really nice like shock dart lineups for trips, especially in short. Yeah, the problem with Felix saying to end the game please AG is that, what was the score? It was this score against DRG, 11-7 up, and then they lose 13-11. Bun gets a big killer. Why is he goes through the TP behind them? Oh, don't stop searching BLG. I don't mind this too much. This is whether this angle gets cleared or not. Vitality buddy? Wait, who from? Who had it? Yeah, they clear it. Good spray from K9. Bear's just not in a great spot, but this Poison Cloud is actually great from Del B.
还是不够细啊，朋友。这个包其实给棒者和雕币都可以。
但问题现在确实正面已经是4打2。
Have we seen Del B play much Viper on other maps? I can't remember. I don't know if this might be his first map playing it for at least all gamers.
灯区已经是提前布设了障云，不给进，走正面突破的话，可能是两面枪线的夹击。
Right, Yosemite clearing. It's still a 2 versus 3. There's still a molly for Bunt 2. If he gets a kill, orbital strike. Sword 9, okay, kind of rough. Del B still alive, gets traded. Right. The molly actually not used for the plant? Oh, because Bunt was there, okay. Yeah, I mean, I was like, where did the molly go? I'm glad he's laughing at least. He's like, yeah, I'm not very good with these. I thought it was a 2 versus 1 for a second. I thought this was the other player coming in on the defense. It's a bit crazy. 5 chances BLG.
好像是哈。
Molly bounce with
技能都已经消耗殆尽了 ，AG 还有2个终极技能在手。
现在对于 BLG 来说，这一分是真得精打细算了。但小编只有一发引入之神，他开局就交了。
I mean, the mood seems good for all gamers. He got some really good ultimates too.
没有皮蛋，甚至
The buy is just good enough.
就这一分真的是巧妇难为无米
You have to play FPX and Trace, yeah.
无米之炊了，就看这个手够不够巧。
那之后可能要从个人能力上。
Like Nova's chances of making playoffs now are like fantastic. There's the orbital strike. Has to force Bianc to push out of it. Oh, and Delby just absolutely clears. What a map from him. 2 versus 4. You got the Viper's Pit. Planting in tube. He's just going in. What else is there for them to do? They just completely fell apart. Wow. All gamers beating BLG was not something that I expected, nor did I expect them to do it 2-0. Oh man, this Omega group is all over the place. But this is a great opportunity. Like Billy like, dropping a couple of these, like the opportunities now for Nova to make playoffs are higher, the opportunity for DRG to make it, even Wolves. Like I would have said that like EDG comfortably in the playoff group for Alpha, BLG comfortably behind them. But losing a series like this when BLG still have Trace and FPX to play, yeah, I mean, it could be a shock way for them to miss out on it in a group that they should have no issues making playoffs in. This is making Tyler look even more bad. Yeah, but Trace lost the map. Like, I think you can't think of teams in comparison to like they lost to All Gamers and All Gamers must not be good. I think it's more that All Gamers are a really serious team. The only reason why they haven't won against like Wolves, for example, is because they just keep like choking leads. Here they didn't have this problem at all, but I think BLG just dealt with the pressure weird, like just the way that last round ended. All of the discipline went out the window. Wisey's just fucking sending it from hookah. It's not great. Like it says a lot when you're basically like, all right, just end it, you know, just send myself in and hope for the best. Doesn't quite work that way. But yeah, really well played from All Gamers across both maps, honestly.